Well, with that, big breaking news which is coming in. Trouble is mounting for Rana Ayyub. Enforcement Directorate files a charge sheet against Rana Ayyub. The Enforcement Directorate has accused her of money laundering. So what really are the charges that she is facing? Let's get you a quick roundup of the charges as per the Enforcement Directorate's charge sheet against Rana Ayyub. Remember, Rana Ayyub is a journalist as well as an activist. She says on her part that all these charges that have been framed against her are because she is literally being framed by the central agency. So what really are these charges? Let's get you the charges. There you have it on your screens. This is regarding money laundering. The first is legally acquired funds from the public because there were crowdfunding which was happening at least on 3 occasions as per the Enforcement Directorate. Second one is illegally acquiring funds in the name of charity because remember, one was for floods, another one was for COVID and so on so forth relief. Now received foreign funds without registration under the FCRA, which is of course foreign funding registration, which has to be done before you receive funds from any of the foreign shows. Third charge is the fourth one is utilizing funds to create FDs for herself instead of using it for charity. That was the purpose. So she had 3 crowdfunding raisers rather, and of this only 29 lakh rupees was used and close to 3 crore rupees were being raised in this. Another charge is that illegally raised 2.69 crore rupees via 3 of these campaigns as we were discussing and tried to project these funds as being untainted. But in fact, as the ED's allegation, she tried to project these funds as being untainted. However, what was this fund being used for? She had launched a COVID crowdfunding campaign to cheat the people is the allegation coming in from the Enforcement Directorate. So money was being collected from foreign shows. Money was also being collected allegedly from the public in the name of crowdfunding for genuine reasons. One of them was COVID, one was for Assam floods, so on and so forth. However, the Enforcement Directorate had said that this money was not being used to ensure that these funds are going to those who are in need. Instead, they were diverted and laundered away allegedly in her own personal accounts and the personal accounts of her brother and her father. So let me go across to Akshit, who's joining us. He's one of the petitioners. Akshit, the Enforcement Directorate has now filed this case. If you can just tell us a quick list of what is the actual charge against her, because Rana Ayyub in all of this has been saying, forget about what is being said, all of this is a big conspiracy to frame me. Is that so? If you can explain.
Hi, thank you for having me here. Okay, so I'll just begin quickly. Rana Ayyub fundraisers were started on Ketto. It's a crowdsourcing platform. The first one was in September 2020, where she said that she wants to collect funds for fund relief. Now, no one really bothered about it. It went on. Then the second one, she says that in May 2021, she says that all the funds that she had collected for flood relief is over, and now she wants to collect more funds for people who are suffering from COVID, and so that she can she can pay their hospital fees. And that happened again. Now again, nobody really bothered with it. What happened to the funds? Now the third one starts somewhere around April or May 21. April or May 22, and then there comes a point where FCRA norms were being flouted by her in the name of these funds collection. Now, what our initial complaint was only to the FCRA authorities that listen, there's a foreign funding being collected, and this seems there's something wrong with this. So please investigate. Now, this complaint was filed by Hindu IT Cell volunteers in June 21, and the FCRA authorities did not first reply. So then we filed RTIs asking for status of a complaint. Now, once those RTIs are filed, what we realize is that Ketto sends out an email to the donors of the campaign and says that the funds have not been utilized for the purpose that they were collected for. And that really raised some red flags as to what's really going on.
Akshat, in that case, where were these funds? Because close to 3 crore rupees, as per your revelation, had been raised. Where were these funds going? Which bank account? Who controlled these bank accounts?
So normally anytime you do crowdfunding, the funds are collected in the platform's virtual account, and then from there you can transfer them to your personal accounts or wherever. Now, what happens in Rana Ayyub's case is, for the first two campaigns, the funds were already collected in her personal accounts, and the third fund, unfortunately for her, when this FCRA complaint that we filed came up, she had to return nearly 64 lakh rupees which were collected in foreign funds from the third campaign. The third campaign collection was actually 1.5 crores, but because red flag was raised against for the FCRA with the platform Ketto as well as with the FCRA authorities, Ketto took action and they refunded 64 lakh rupees from their virtual account back to the donors. Now, these were only foreign funds. Then it comes to light that, okay, listen, this is not the first time she's collected foreign funds. This has happened twice before. So what happened to those funds? Now, unfortunately, for those donors, the funds were already siphoned off by then.
Okay. So these, yes, go ahead.
Sorry. So once what happens is, now that the FCRA authorities have this in their matter and the RTI is lined up, they have directed Ketto to send a mail to the donors that, listen, you have probably been cheated, and this has to be taken up. Now, at the same time, what also comes up is a factor that because she's not a registered NGO or she's not registered these funds, this is accounted for as a personal income, which means that this 2.7 crores that she has collected, she has to pay income tax on this.
Right.
Now, at that same time, income tax authorities probably got to know about this, and apparently she has paid 90 lakh rupees in income tax, and that is actually a proof that she has collected funds as her own income and not used them for charity. This has gone for her income, as her income.
Okay. It's important for our viewers to also understand, and if you can just quickly tell us that, what were the three reasons why she was raising funds for? Because clearly this money didn't reach those people that she had collected it for.
Okay, so the first fundraiser was in April-May 2020, as I said. It collected 1.25 crores. This was the peak lockdown. The fund goal, she says, was for slum dwellers and farmers who at the time of lockdown cannot go out and earn their daily wages.
Right.
So that was the first one.
So the funds which were meant for the patients of COVID, those which were meant for flood victims, funds which were meant also for the farmers, unfortunately, allegedly, was being siphoned off by Rana Ayyub. Thank you so much, Akshat, for joining us. He, of course, is the complainant in the case and has, with the help of RTI queries, managed to reveal what the Enforcement Directorate is calling a money laundering scam.